Hey everybody, welcome back. So I'm so excited to show you guys this build. I guess I say that every video. I'm always excited to show you guys what I've done, but this I could not wait to show you. I originally was gonna put this video out on Friday, but and put a different video out for the Wednesday video, but I decided to do this one first because the anticipation is killing me. So this is my take on the Emerald City from The Wizard of Oz. And this was something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I thought about this a few months ago and I wanted to do it, and I put it off because when you look up pictures of it, it's very hard to imagine how you would recreate something like that. And I don't know if every time I sat down, I just wasn't mentally ready to do it or whatever the case may be. So I finally got around to doing it. So The Wizard of Oz was one of my favorite movies growing up. I had a pair of ruby red slippers. I was a little brat, a little bit growing up. And I had these ruby red slippers and I used to want to wear them every day. And I used to want to watch The Wizard of Oz every day. So yeah, I really wanted to recreate this. And the other day, the reason that I decided to actually do this was the other day I was looking through the debug items and I actually found the stuff that I use around the base of the build is these gems, and they come in a couple of different packs. So they come in base game, and then there's some that come in Realm of Magic, and I don't know if any other packs come with them off the top of my head, but none of the ones that I had noticed were this emerald green that I was really looking for. So the other day I was doing another build and I was scrolling through debug base game and I found them and I was like, okay, I gotta do the build. I have no excuse now. So I just sort of opened up the lot and I started going with it. Now you'll see here what I did was I just created a bunch of different towers, because if you look at pictures of the Land of Oz in, I should say Emerald City, because the whole place is the Land of Oz. If you look at pictures of Emerald City, they're basically a bunch of these big towers, kind of like how the Little Mermaid castle is, just tons of big, grand towers, and not much else going on besides that. So I'm talking about the original movie from the 1939. I don't even think I saw the remake one that came out with Johnny Depp. I don't even know if it's supposed to be a remake or if it's just a play on The Wizard of Oz. But hi JJ. JJ's saying hi. He's eating macaroni. But anyways, there's 15 towers here in this build. So what I did was I made a bunch of the different sizes. I put them all over to the side and then I just started building them up in all the different sizes. And if you guys notice that trick that I do, I hate building octagon shapes because I get confused when I'm counting if they're even or not, and it's just not easy on the eyes. I don't know. But so what I do is I take a roof and I size it up to the size that I think I want my room to be, and then I just trace it with the wall tool. And then I just pull the roof away after the room's been created, so you know that you have an even shape, and it just makes it a lot easier for me. So I decided to do all these different greens because it's this big giant green building and I wanted it to be a little more interesting. So I just sorted by green, and you can see here I took some time to kind of see what else we had in the menu that was green in the game that I thought maybe I could use for roof toppers to make it more interesting, but I ended up not using them once I put all the roofing on and everything like that. I just thought I didn't need it. So anyways, yeah, so you can see I used all different color greens, whatever ones I could find that I thought looked pretty. And then I actually found a picture on Instagram on Pinterest that had all the emerald green, and then it had a ton of gold details in it. And in the movie, it's not really like that, but I thought the gold looked so pretty with it, and it matched the yellow brick road, which, by the way, that's a carpet. when I had originally thought about this build, I didn't know what I was going to use to make the yellow brick road because we don't have yellow brick in the game. And I was kind of not really being creative with my thought process on it. I thought I could use terrain paint, but we have one terrain paint, but it's more tan than it is yellow. So I just sorted by yellow in the menu, and I found that carpet, which I have to say it's a pretty ugly carpet. I might use it in like a mid-century modern kind of build or something like that. But other than that, I don't think I'll ever use it again. But I think it works perfectly to look like bricks. So I was really excited when I found that. And, you know, it's a windy road in the movie, and I didn't know how I was going to create that. So I just used some foundation pieces to give it a curve. Ideally, it would be more curved, but that wasn't possible. So, I mean, I guess I could have, but then it would have all went over to one side, and it just wouldn't have been the way I wanted it. So I only did that one curve in it, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So you can see here what I'm putting on the outside of these walls that I created was actually, it's a wall decoration piece. I don't remember offhand what pack it's from, but I did those. And at first when I put them on there, I had backed up the camera a little bit to see if they were going to glitch. And I didn't see any glitching. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I really like the way they look. They're nice and shiny, and, you know, they fit perfectly there. And then I backed up the camera so that I could take a good look at the whole build itself, and it started glitching on me, which I don't even know if you could tell in the recording, but it was happening really bad. And I left it for a while and worked on some other stuff, and then I said, forget it, I'm not doing this. And I decided to do the gems that I talked about from the base game. And I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. At first I was unsure, but I think they look really, really cool, and it adds a little extra effect to the build. Off camera, you can see here I placed a bunch of windows. Normally when I'm doing a castle, I do like to put the windows all in sporadic places, except some I will put intentionally, you know, to make some sort of a dramatic effect. But a lot of times when I'm doing all these big towers, I like to make them uneven, and I think it makes the build look a little interesting. So I had done this, and I put the game down for a while, and then I went back to it and I reopened it, and I didn't like the way the windows looked. So while I was not recording, I went around level by level, which it was really hard because all the buildings are so close to each other, and you have to get the windows around in all the spots. So that was very time consuming, but I took the time to go around and put all the windows in better position so that it looked more cohesive, because it feels like a really formal, like royal kind of build to me, and I just wanted the windows to look different than how I had originally placed them. And then for the landscaping, unfortunately we don't have any poppies in the game. So in the movie there is a big poppy field, poppy, I guess they're flowers. Yeah, they're flowers. In the movie, and I didn't know how I was going to recreate that. So I laid out the grass first, and then I laid out all the flowers, and I just went with that red one. I think that's from Island Living. And I was originally going to put different, you know, grass or red flowers like additional to that. But once it was all done and I looked at the field, I was just really happy with how it turned out. And I figured less was more with that, because the focus is really supposed to be on the build rather than the landscaping, which was advice I got from two good friends of mine as well. So yeah, and the roof detailing I wasn't too happy with, so I added in some extra little roof pieces just to give it a little more complexity. And then originally I didn't plan on furnishing any of this build, but then I figured, let me do at least where the wizard is. So I made one of the towers, you know, have a little area with a lot of curtains where the wizard might have been when they went to go see the wizard. And then I decided, let me put the essentials in the build. So I did a kitchen, a bedroom, a living room, and a bathroom. So they're all green. I tried to use as much green as I possibly could. And, you know, it's very sparse. I didn't, you know, decorate it too much, but I did leave it all on the first floor. That way, if you did move Sims into the game, they'd all be on the first floor. What I will say, though, is I did try to play test it a little bit when I was taking my photos. And I don't know if it was, well, the emeralds that I placed around the exterior wall, but something is blocking the Sims from getting to certain areas when the paths are open. So I'm not too happy about that, because I do really try to make my builds as functional as possible when I do build, because I don't want people to download something from the gallery and then they say, she didn't even make this functionable. But I was so happy with how pretty the build came out that I didn't want to change anything. So I'm sorry in advance if you download this and there's something that's not functional. I'm pretty sure it's the gems. That's the only thing I can think of, because I did have to size them up. And when I sized them up, the grid for them got much bigger. So I'm thinking that's what it was. I don't know. But anyways, you can see here, I really love, I use these Realm of Magic debug items. They're like a little like burst of light. They come in this yellow color and then pink and I think blue. And I just thought they added so much extra magic to the build. And we have this rainbow arch that I put in the background. I don't know if I cut out when I put that in, but that's, I can't think off the top of my head what pack that comes from. But I thought it was perfect somewhere over the rainbow. I just thought it fit in so well. I've seen pictures of the movie where it has like a little rainbow over the top of it. So yeah, I just love this build so much. I'm just so happy with it. So I really hope you guys like it too. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think of it, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys know I put out content regularly. And I will see you guys back on Friday for another speed build. Have a great day. Bye.